Before we start, it is hot in this basement for some reason. I had to turn off the fireplace. I'm sweating. I don't know if it's going to come up in the video, but my forehead is hot. Hot in here. Welcome to Leading the Pack. Super Bowl happened. And I already got the name for this episode and it's going to be the same name for a lot of people's episodes. 7 on Brady, because he's got his 7th ring. And boy, right away, just going to get right into it. So the way I would describe this Super Bowl, is I'd put up the Packers jersey again. For anybody who watches it on video, which you can watch this podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/leadingthepack podcast. But I put the Packers jersey back up because as a Packers fan watching that game, I take a little bit of pride in knowing that the Packers, didn't play like that against the Buccaneers. Boy, was that a game. Gotta give it to the Buccaneers defense. That was a great game, shutting down Mahomes, shutting down Tyreek Hill. Mahomes, I think this is the first time in his career not having a touchdown in a game. Man, that game was just wow. That was a great game by the Buccaneers, bad game by the Pats. And that was nothing against the Buccaneers calling them bad. This was... I hate talking about it because I don't want to talk about Brady winning another Super Bowl. But I got to. Patrick Mahomes, 270 yards, two interceptions, 0 touchdowns. Wow. He had almost a 50% completion rate. He went 26 for 49. That was just like that defense put on a clinic. Now, here's my thing about Brady winning the Super Bowl. We've seen it plenty of times. For me, at this point, I'm used to it. Do I want to see him win? No, I don't care to see him win. But there are some guys on that team that I did want to see win a Super Bowl. Like Mike Evans. That guy is just such a great receiver. And I think he deserved it. He is a very talented receiver. And I think that he is essentially the face of the franchise, if you ask me. Like, you tell me to think of somebody like the face of the Buccaneers in the 2010s, it's probably going to be Mike Evans. That's for me. A lot of people is probably going to be different, but I think Mike Evans, he's the face of that franchise. He's been on that team. You can't say it's Brady. Brady's the face of the New England Patriots. That's how it is. He just signed with the Buccaneers. But it's Mike Evans. So I was happy to see him win. Antoine Winfield, he played a great game. He's a great safety. I think he deserved it too. Levante David, I'm happy to see him win. Devin White, I'm happy he got a ring. But there were guys on that team that I didn't want to see. And, a lot of people might think it's Tom Brady. It was bound to happen that... not that it was bound to happen, but it was a good chance that he was going to win that Super Bowl. It's 3 minutes in. I'm about to rip on somebody for winning this Super Bowl. And Ndamukong Suh, I hated that he won the Super Bowl. It's my opinion, and I don't want to be too opinionated, but I just got to get this out of the way. Ndamukong Suh never wanted to see that guy win a Super Bowl because of his past with Aaron Rodgers and him being one of the dirtiest players in the NFL. That's somebody who didn't deserve it. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be saying Antonio Brown this, whatever. And Antonio Brown, all of his allegations. I get it. And a lot of people are going to be saying his name. But for me, it's always going to be Ndamukong Suh. He's always been one of my least favorite players in the NFL. Now that that's out of the way, Antonio Brown's a Super Bowl champion. Watch Steelers fans because... Please keep your eye on Steelers fans because he also... Didn't he score a touchdown too? Yeah, he scored a touchdown. Man, are Steelers fans okay? Because after everything that happened today, this year, Are they good? Antonio Brown's not only scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl, he's a Super Bowl champion. He won it with Tom Brady. Yeah, that's ooh. If I'm a Steelers fan, I am really, really pissed. Because, man, did they... Antonio Brown is a Super Bowl champion. If there's one guy in the league that also didn't deserve it, it's him. Antonio Brown is... whatever. I just don't like this. This Super Bowl sucked. It's also dry February too, so I had to watch that. I didn't have a beer or whatever. I was also alone, or not alone. I was with the family, but I wasn't gonna just drink alone. I was, it would have been different if I was with the boys, but didn't happen. It's dry February, so I wasn't gonna drink anyways. This was already gonna be a boring Super Bowl as is, but I don't know. This was an okay Super Bowl. It's cool that Tom Brady, brought a Super Bowl back to Tampa. And you know what? I'm really happy to see Bruce Arians win a Super Bowl. He deserves one. He's been a great coach in the NFL. Happy to see him win. What else? But that Buccaneers defense really surprised me that game. That was probably the best thing to watch. Like, I loved watching them play. I love watching guys like Devin White, Levante David, Shaq Barrett. They're just a really fun defense to watch, in all honesty. And I'm not with the notion that that defense wins you championships. I think if you have it's not just defense that wins you championships, and you can't even say that it was just the defense, because Tampa put up 31 and held Kansas to 9 points, holding Patrick Mahomes to just 0 touchdowns. That wasn't just defense winning the championship. This was an all-around good team. And you know what? Congrats to Tampa Bay. They won the Super Bowl. It happened. I slept on it. It's not that bad now, even though I hate it. But we also had the NFL honors this week. Oh, actually, best part about that Super Bowl was, for once, the halftime show last year was really good, but the Super Bowl was probably still better. But the halftime show this week was actually good, or this year was actually good. The Weeknd killed it. I'm already a big fan of The Weeknd, and no, this isn't sports, but I still gotta talk about it. It happened during a sporting event. The Weeknd killed it. That guy, love his work. Big fan of him. Love him. That's my piece for the halftime show. I think this is probably one of the best halftime shows I've ever seen. Everything else, I don't care for it, except for last year's. Like I said, last year was actually good. But so we also had the NFL honors this week, or this weekend. Sorry. I think this was one of the most easy years to guess the NFL honors. Comeback player of the year, Alex Smith, of course. Like, there was nobody. He went through a Theismann injury, the same exact injury that Theismann went through, same leg. I think it was the same. It was the same date to the date, exact same thing. The only difference with the Joel Theismann one was All-Pro, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Lawrence Taylor broke his leg. With Alex Smith, it was All-Pro, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt, that broke his leg. Happy to see him back. Happy he won the Comeback Player of the Year award. It was destined that he was going to win it no matter what. With him coming back, he was supposed to have that leg. What he went through so much between infections. He had I can't even count how many surgeries he had. Infections in the leg after the surgery. Basically almost needing the leg to be amputated. The fact that he was able to come back and play, mad respect for him, because that's a true pro. What else? We had Aaron Rodgers winning the MVP, of course, because he's the best QB in the league. Don't care. Still putting that out there. Tom Brady can have all the Super Bowls he wants. Super Bowls is a team thing. I don't care. Aaron Rodgers still better QB than him. Might not have the rings to show for it, but I don't care. Still a way better QB. I love him. But Aaron Rodgers winning the MVP. And you know what? Let me hold off the Rodgers thing. And then then we also saw Justin Herbert winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. That one was a little bit of a toss-up because there was other candidates. I felt like with him, it was easier to choose him because he was the QB, and he's a little bit more of a valuable player to the team. But Justin Jefferson would have been a good pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And that's coming from a Packers fan, saying that about, a Minnesota player. But he could have been a good pick. Happy to see Justin Herbert win. He continues to look like he just graduated or he just finished 10th. Grade 4. Not out grade. It looks like he just had his 10th birthday yesterday at Sky Zone. But congrats to Justin Herbert. Happy birthday. It's not actually his birthday. I was going to make a dumb joke. I don't know why. Whatever. Then we saw Chase Young, Defensive Rookie of the Year. So easy. So easy. That guy is a monster. Nobody else, I think, should have been picked over him. You could have probably chose Antoine Winfield, actually, I think, was a rookie this year. Probably could have chose him. Was he a rookie? Why is this blanking from me? He's definitely one from... I don't know why I got a thing. Why I gotta check this real quick. I gotta make sure. Yeah, he was a rookie. Don't know why that escaped my mind. You probably could have gave it to him. I think he had a really good season this year. But Chase Young, it was definitely gonna go to him. Oh my God, why is that? Why? Oh, Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski. He took the Browns to the playoffs. Just taking the Browns to over 500, that should have got him Coach of the Year. Getting to the playoffs, that pretty much seals it. And then getting them to beat the Steelers in the first round, that's a definite win. You're definitely winning Coach of the Year at that point. Like, there's nobody else. Not even Matt LaFleur. You can't even say, like, Brian Flores, I think you probably could have given it to him if the Dolphins made it to the playoffs. But with everything the Steelers have gone through, definitely had to give it to Kevin Stefanski. That was just a definite one. You kidding me? It's the Browns. You took them to the divisional round. You're winning Coach of the Year 10 times out of 10 if you're doing that. Are you kidding me? Walter Payton Man of the Year, Russell Wilson, great human being. There's a lot of great people that can win that. Russell Wilson does so much for the community in Seattle. He's a great human being. He's married to Ciara. I think that makes you, Walter Payton Man of the Year candidate every year, because that guy is just winning, even though he plays for the Seahawks. But yeah, there's that. And then what else was there? Why am I blanking now? GM of the Year, I just don't care about. But yeah, so the MVP one, that's one that I had to talk about. So NFL MVP goes to Aaron Rodgers. And for those of you who haven't seen the MVP speech, he was going on saying that this is a crazy year. I tried doing an Aaron Rodgers impression, but for some reason, every time I try, I just go Bill Clinton, and I don't know why. But so Aaron Rodgers wins Offensive Player or MVP. Oh wait, Offensive Player of the Year. That's what I forgot. And Defensive Player of the Year. Hold on. Give me a second for that, for the MVP one, because that one I really want to talk about, because I gotta honor my boy for winning his third MVP. But I don't want to. Just give me 1 second, because we got to do Offensive Rookie of the Year. Or it's not Offensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year. Which, that one went to Derrick Henry, of course. This was, again, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Or Offensive Player of the Year, sorry. Offensive Player of the Year. Derrick Henry. for sure, yeah. And then defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. Now that one is a little bit more of a controversial one but he's putting up defensive end numbers as a defensive tackle. Sure, of course. And he's the best defensive player right now. Right now. He's not all time. I still think JJ Watt all time is one of the better ones, but Aaron Donald, defensive tackle, putting up defensive end numbers. He is a specimen. He wins defensive. Why do I keep on saying defensive rookie of the year? I mean defensive player of the year. Now, did he deserve it? I think Aaron Donald should deserve it every year of the year. Was there somebody more deserving? I think so, yes. TJ Watt was insane this year. He was putting up incredible numbers. And then Aaron Donald, he is named defensive player of the year, and a lot of people are a little pissed off about that. But if you ask me, I think at the end of the day, he does sort of deserve it still. He is an incredible player. Now, TJ Watt, also an incredible player. Did he deserve it? I think he did get snubbed. I think he deserved it. But Aaron Donald, he is just, this season, putting up 13.5 sacks. He only had a sack and a half less than TJ Watt. He had he had 18 assists. TJ had 10 assists. I think at the end of the day, you can't just look at that. Like, you also got to look at like QB pressures and all that. And TJ did lead his lead in all of those categories. Like in all the major categories, TJ Watt led in. I don't even have to read the numbers because he just led in everything. He may have led in all the numbers. Aaron Donald, you have to look at the positions that they're playing. It's a little bit easier for TJ Watt to get these numbers compared to Aaron Donald, especially with Aaron Donald being triple teamed every game. So at the end of the day, I think it could have been a toss-up. I think TJ Watt could have gotten it. I think Aaron Donald could have gotten it. At the end of the day, I was happy with either pick. Congrats to Aaron Donald. TJ Watt's going to be winning these awards in the future. He is just an incredible player. Don't have to worry about it. It's not going to be... This isn't his only chance. So, yeah. And then we have the NFL Player of the MVP. Don't even have to talk about Offensive Player of the Year because we know it's Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's a beast. That guy is 6'3". He's the size of a defensive end. He's running. He's a running back. And he runs like a 4.3 or something like that. Or a 4.2 for all I know. That guy's nuts. You don't even have to talk about it. You don't even have to give him the time of day. Well, you should, because if you see him in public and he's asking for the time, you give him the time because he'll whoop you. He'll kick your ass. But NFL MVP. Really want to talk about this one because Aaron Rodgers had a very interesting speech. He was going on talking about how it was a strange year, crazy year, and it was a weird NFL year, and just a weird year in general. And then he just drops a bomb. He just says, "I'm engaged," and like you don't even have, not even the pack, like nobody knew about this at all. From what we heard before the season started, he broke up with Danica Patrick, the race car driver who, usually likes to crash the car instead of finishing a race. He's engaged, and I can't remember the name of her. And this is, I know this isn't what's it called, like MTV or whatever. To anybody who was making fun of Aaron Rodgers this year after not making the Super Bowl again, at the end of the day, he's still getting a ring. So that's just how it is. He's still getting a ring. But he definitely deserved the MVP. He was the most valuable player on the team this year. Most valuable player in the NFL, clearly for winning that award. He had for people saying that he's washed up, 48 touchdowns, 4,200 yards. I don't think that's washed up. He definitely deserved that. He's just so good. God, I love Aaron Rodgers. Oh, the day that I meet him, I don't even know what I'm going to do. That's just going to be a stellar day. He's such a great QB. I love watching him. I'm so happy he's on my team. A lot of rumors going around saying that he's going to leave. He's not leaving. He's going to be a Packer for life. And then when he's done, Jordan Love's going to take over. And then Jordan Love's going to be a Hall of Fame QB. And it's going to be 3 QBs in a row that are great. And then he's only going to get 1 Super Bowl because that's just how the Packers are. And at least I'm going to get to see 1 Super Bowl, hopefully. Maybe. I'm crossing my fingers. But, yeah. It was a pretty good weekend. A lot of it was definitely interesting. Somebody actually... One of the crazy things from this weekend with the Super Bowl, somebody actually put down one. I can't remember how much money it was, but I know I think it was about 15,000. No, this one person won a huge amount of money for betting that Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to score a touchdown. Whoever you are, dude, how did you know? Because betting Patrick Mahomes to not score a touchdown in a game, you have to have such a horseshoe stuck up in your rear end to bet that and get it right too. My God, the fact that he was able to nail that bet. Dude, go play the lottery, whoever you are. That was a crazy bet to make. Like, your bet, I wouldn't even, I'm not a betting guy. I wouldn't even put $10 down to say Patrick Mahomes would not score a touchdown. I can't remember if he put it down for the fourth quarter, the whole game, but he won an insane amount of money for that. That's just incredible. A lot of betting that goes on in the Super Bowl, it just takes it away from me. I just like watching the game. What else happened this weekend in football? I'll be honest with you, this Super Bowl didn't feel the same. It's not even because of COVID. Even just going on the YouTubes. How old am I? Going on YouTube or Instagram, I haven't seen too many Super Bowl commercials. Not too many trailers that I saw, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Okay, gonna get this straight out of the way. Kind of want to start a podcast on, talking about like movies and comic books. I'm not sure if I should, but I know if I talk about that, I just want to talk about that trailer for a second. Let me geek out for a second. I know this is sports. I gotta geek out for a second. My God, did that trailer for Falcon and Winter Soldier look just incredible. I've been watching WandaVision. That show's just blowing my mind as is. Falcon and the Winter, WandaVision, first couple episodes, I was confused. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it looks like it's just gonna be action. What's his name? Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan in a show together. Those two, my favorite duo in all Marvel. The fact that they have a show together, it's just amazing. So that trailer, I'm super excited for that show. This isn't sports. I know. I don't got a podcast talking about that. This is the only thing that I got. It's my show. I make the rules over here. Deal with it. So. But this year for the Super Bowl just didn't feel the same, and I know that a lot of us had to stay home. Like, I was pretty much watching the game alone, not alone, but it just didn't feel right. I wasn't with the boys, screaming about Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl with them complaining. I didn't get to have my therapy session right after the game. Oh, Tom Brady doesn't deserve it, actually. But it just didn't feel the same. I'm not going to put this up there with one of my favorite Super Bowls. I was honestly kind of bored at some points of the game. Just didn't feel that fun to watch. It wasn't as fun. Like, once I saw the Buccaneers were winning, I'm like, I was at one point, I almost put in Minecraft to play because I was getting bored. I didn't want to see another Tom Brady Super Bowl at the end. But also, here's the thing with the narratives that come after the Super Bowl. For some reason, whenever like a Super Bowl happens, I'll see Aaron Rodgers' name get thrown in the wind, or they get tossed in the hat. Whenever Tom Brady wins, it's always the GOATs, and he's the GOAT. He's the greatest player of all time. The thing is, with him being the greatest player of all time, this is a team sport. It doesn't just take one player to win. And you're already seeing the narratives with, Tom Brady doesn't need Belichick. Well, at the end of the day, Bruce Arians is also a really good coach. So I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you had a good QB. He's a great QB. He's not the greatest, but he's a great QB. But in the rings category, yes, he is a GOAT. He has the most rings in all of in the four major leagues. Sorry, he has more rings than he passed LeBron. Not LeBron. He passed Jordan. Now he has 7. Actually, sorry, no. No, who has the most rings? I know it's somebody in the NBA, but if we're also talking, no, actually, Jean Beliveau has 10 rings, but that's as a player and coach. I know somebody in the NBA, this is going to bother me now. Who has the most rings? I can't spell. Rings in sports. Bill Russell. Don't know what. Okay. So played 13. Whoa. Yeah, that's right. Bill Russell has 11. So, don't tell me Tom Brady's going to be playing till he gets 11 rings. Holds the record for the most NBA championships. Yeah, so this guy has more Super Bowl wins. Not Super Bowl wins. Why did I say Super? So Bill Russell has 11 titles, and he played 13 years. As you can tell, I don't know much about basketball. I didn't realize he played 13 years. I also didn't realize he had 11 titles. I knew he had more. That's who I was thinking of as having more titles than, Brady. He is a GOAT when it comes to rings. He's not the GOAT, because if we're going to be talking about the GOAT when it comes to rings, of course it's going to be Bill Russell. Then there's a lot of guys that still have a lot more rings. He's not the GOAT, maybe in the NFL, but I don't think he's the GOAT overall. Like in general, generally speaking, I probably think Steve Young is better. Maybe Joe Montana. Aaron Rodgers is a better QB. Patty Mahomes in the future is going to be we're talking about talent wise. Now the thing is with Tom Brady too, he's also put in a lot of hard work, and that's why I think he's also gotten to this point. So I don't know. You got to, at the end of the day, I can hate him as much as I want. You got to respect the guy. You can hate him all you want. Respect the guy. 7 rings, 43 years old, winning Super Bowl still, and with a different team. Is he a system QB? No, I don't think he is at this point, but saying that, Bill Belichick isn't the reason why Tom Brady won, I think at the end of the day, if it wasn't for Bill, Brady wouldn't be who he is, because he had a really good coach to coach him. And it takes, you can't just, it takes a good teacher to teach it, to make a student even better. At the end of the day, Tom Brady had a great coach this year again. He had a great defense. Usually how it goes, but that's what you need to win. You need to have a good coach. You need to have a good team. Without a good coach, you're not going to have a good team. Yeah, so that happened this weekend with the Super Bowl, and I hated it. Tom Brady's has 7. But at the end of the day, at least Aaron Rodgers still has 1. And I'm happy for him. I just want to see 1 more. Stop talking about Aaron Rodgers, Vinny. Yeah, no, okay, so I want to talk about hockey now. I'm done talking about football. This is just enough. I don't need to talk any more football, because pretty much season's done. I'm not going to be talking about anything until the combine happens. So, NHL. The team that I cheer for is looking great. The team that they've been playing stinks, and I'm going to talk about the team that they've been playing. I'm not going to be talking about the team that I cheer for. So, we have seen I've been watching the Leafs play the Vancouver Canucks. And I got a couple questions. What happened? Just what happened to the Canucks? They went on such a stellar run last year. They looked so good. They beat, who was it? They beat St. Louis. They beat Minnesota. They took Vegas to 7 games, and their rookie goalie had to step in at one point. I had to step in against Vegas. Now, they lost Markstrom, they lost Tanev, they lost Toffoli, they lost Levo, they lost a lot of guys in free agency. The biggest loss, I think, for them isn't Markstrom, as a lot of people are saying, because at the end of the day, Demko was the future in net for them. And he's going to be a great goalie in the future, of course. But just right now, it's not too good for Vancouver. Their biggest loss is definitely Toffoli. And boy, has he shown, has he made them regret letting him walk. And I regret them letting him walk and letting him go to Montreal of all the teams. Now I gotta say that Montreal's a good team because they let him walk. God damn it. Vancouver, why'd you have to screw up like that? Excuse me. You know, podcasts are fun and all, but my mouth gets dry with how much I talk. And that's why I prefer not to talk a lot. Even though I still do. Like, I talk way too much. But Toffoli on the Habs has looked incredible. That's definitely been their best signing. I still think that Josh Anderson, you know, he's been looking good. But Josh Anderson isn't their best. He isn't looking too good. But what are you going to do? It happens. He's on a new team. Just give it some time. You don't win trades right away. Still got to respect the Habs. They're looking good. They're playing the Leafs this week. And am I afraid? Not really. I think the Leafs can beat anybody this year. They're just looking like a different team, and that's what I love about it. And I know I've talked about it before, saying that they look different, and this is a different team this year. I'm amazed by the defense that they're playing. It's just incredible. And it's not even just the defensemen. It's the forwards coming back too. Like William Nylander has, since last year, improved so much. Since signing that contract, like that first year of that contract, yeah, to a lot of people look bad. And yeah, he stunk that first year of that contract and making it look overpaid. But he, I think, has one of the best contracts on the team. He's making a good amount of money. Austin Matthews, that guy is going to be an incredible two-way defenseman right now, forward right now. He's an incredible sniper. That guy, I don't know, like he could probably win the Selke in a couple years. You give it some time, let him get more recognition for his defensive play. He is looking incredible. John Tavares is, still John Tavares. He's a lot of people complain about his speed and that he's not fast enough for this team. John Tavares has never been the fastest guy in the league, and he was never going to be the fastest guy on the team. He doesn't win with this speed. He's a hard skater. He is tough to play against. He's good with this stick. He'll throw it around his body. He is the type of player that he's essentially. No, he's not a Zach Hyman without the speed, but he's not going to beat you with his speed. He's going to still beat you with his edges. He's still going to beat you with his hands. He's going to beat you with his shot. He just doesn't have the speed, but he doesn't need it. This is just an incredible team to watch right now, and this is a different team. That's why this team is just different. The Leafs. God, I love them. But they play the Habs tomorrow, so when this comes out, they'll be playing today at 7. So I'm recording this on Tuesday. Just played the Vancouver Canucks last night. Yeah. Feel bad for Vancouver at this point. You can't just say that it was such a drop off. But the thing is with this division, 3 teams in the division are above 500, so anything is possible. Calgary can still have a chance. It's only the second month of the season. Vancouver's played the most games, and I hear a lot of people using that as an excuse. Excuse me. And that they played the most games, that they haven't had too much rest. At the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do to win. And it doesn't just work like that. In my opinion, you need the rest. Of course, you're going to need the rest to win, but I think that's just an excuse. If you got to win, you're going to do whatever you can to win. Rest is essential, but you've had the most chances to actually win games. And they played like playing against the Habs. They didn't look good. Playing against the Leafs, they didn't look good. I don't know, but the thing is, they also got talent, and I don't think the season's over for them. Let's just see how things go at the end of the season. By the end of the season, anything can happen. This is a weird year. It's a weird year. Montreal, any team can drop off. Any team can pick it up. It's only the Leafs just played their 13th game. Vancouver played their 16th. Let's see how things go. So I think that's gonna be all for this week. You can follow me on Instagram at Bonavoda. And you can follow me on Twitter at Bonavoda_, where I'm usually complaining about Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl and other things. Then you can also follow the podcast on Instagram at Leading the Pack Pod. I'm gonna start trying to get clips up on there instead of just what I'm posting right now. I want to try and make it more like clips about the podcast, get eyes on the podcast. And I mentioned something about me starting another podcast about nerdy stuff, movie stuff like that. We see how that goes, because I blurted that out. That's actually been an idea of mine. So for anybody who watches or listens to the podcast, now you know. So that's all for this week. I bid you adieu. Au revoir. Ci vediamo domani. No, not domani. Not domani. Ci vediamo dopo. Ciao.